about the convention, an Expo app sponsored by ZethCon, a sustaining diamond sponsor for the IWLA convention. To download the app, you can visit that URL right there, or search for 2014 IWLA in the App Store or Google Play. You can also search for IWLA 2014 switched around. I think ours comes up a little quicker. It's at the top of the search results if you do IWLA and then 2014. Either way, it'll come up. To access the app, anyone can download the app, but to access the app, you have to be an attendee, or I got a pop-up apparently. So we're going to go ahead and close that. if any of you saw that. Anyone can download the app, but to access it, you have to be an attendee or an exhibitor that's attending the convention. This isn't open to everyone. You have to be one of those two things. You use your email address and you use the password 2014 IWLA in caps, one word, as the password, and fill out your profile with your photo, and that's kind of how you begin. And let me get ready to launch this right here. I'm going to mirror my phone real quick so everyone can see what's going on. So bear with me one second. You got a sneak peek of my home screen on my phone. All right, here we are in the in the app. I'm going to go and jump into profile real quick, because that'll be the first thing that you guys see when you jump into your when you download the app. There's my lovely staff picture.
Okay, so your profile. Every attendee has a profile. It doesn't matter if you're an exhibitor, sponsor, attending, speaker. Everyone has one, and you know, it's your space. You're going to have your name, your title, and your company name. So two things when you first sign in: make sure those are all correct. Let us know if they're not. This is pulled from our database, so you know there's a chance that there's a misspelling or a correction. And this is basically your activity on your profile, how many posts you have, how many followers you have, how many are following you. It's your photo. I think it's really important to personalize your profile with your photo. It puts a face to a name, and you know, just kind of enhances the app experience with everyone. So this is how you edit your profile. Let's go back for a second. What
Sure.
did you press to edit that?
The top gear button on the right, yeah. The top right.
So the top right gear button, if you have to make an edit. And what's important also is that this is where your settings are.
I'll go back.
Yeah, let's go back. So this is where your settings are. And this is, you know, things like your notifications, private messages, all of your social media accounts. If you want to connect to those, you can easily do that, and you know, anything else. So note that, and I would say, let's see, I think that's about it for the profile.
Right. If they want to add their picture, you just have to go into the gearbox and click Edit Profile, and then tap on the picture, and then from there you'll be able to take a new one or choose from your library if you have one on your phone.
Great. Okay.
All right.
So let's move into the activity feed.
Great. And that was the first screen that we showed.
So I would say that this is the kind of central location of the app. It's the heart of it. It's similar to Facebook, and it's a news feed, real-time trending. You know, you can see that people are already starting to post to this and kind of comment. You can do photos, you can post check-ins, you can post status updates, you can, as you see right here, we have a few likes and, you know, comments based on that post. So again, very similar to Facebook, but this is kind of going to tell you, you know, what's happening, what's going on in the app, and what's going on in the event, because I think that this will mirror, you know, real experiences and situations as they're happening. So you might want to check this, you know, most often. Top right corner again, that's how you can also check in and add a status update. As you can see, it loads the session, the speaker, the place. So that's how you kind of check in with those. You can also share them on your Facebook, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn. If you're sharing something through the app on your Twitter, there will automatically be the hashtag 2014 IWLA. So that's kind of a nice feature. You don't have to put that in there. It automatically populates as you tweet. And on the bottom, you can see there's a little camera. This is how you type in maybe some sort of update, or choose a photo or take one for your library, whatever you might want to do. Hosting a webinar, yay! So that's kind of it's meant to be very easy and quick. And as you'll see, the more that you provide a check-in or a status update, you will earn points. And every single thing that you do has a point value associated with it. As you can see, he earned 3 points for this, and he also earned a stamp badge, which is another game that we'll go into, but it unlocks certain badges throughout the event that you will also earn and win prizes for.
All right. Did you want to talk about the promoted posts?
Promoted posts, yes.
I'll slide that back up right here.
So the post, welcome to the 2014 IWLA Convention Expo app, that is a promoted post. We will have those every once in a while. They're featured at the top for a certain amount of time of the news feed, and they're usually going to be about some sort of event or happening or function where we might want you to gather. We might make an announcement if there's a room change or something like that. So it's always going to be pretty pretty timely and relevant to what it is we're doing. And this is also a place that exhibitors and sponsors have a chance to make their announcements through the app. They can, request a promoted post and have it during a certain time, for 20 minutes right before the expo hall opens, and maybe announce like a contest or a drawing that they're going to have later in the day or something like that. So do be thinking about this and take advantage of it, and if you want more information, please contact us and we will discuss more.
All right. I'm going to hop into agenda real quick. All agenda items are going to be listed chronologically by date and time. If you click on an agenda item, you can view details. It'll give you options to check in, add things to your calendar. Let me find one here real quick. Let me go to our keynote speaker. And as you can see, I can check in straight from here. I've added to my agenda. That's why you see remove. I'll put that back real quick. You can add that to your agenda, and you can save that onto the app calendar. Or you can add it to, where it says add to calendar, you can use your native calendar that you use on your phone, whether it's Android or iOS. You can add that to your own personal native calendar so you can see if you have any, maybe double bookings or anything like that, see when your schedule is available. You can also review that session out of 5 stars. I'll just click on that real quick. You can rate that. Those reviews are actually public, so when you do rate something, those will get added to the activity feed. All of our education sessions will have a survey attached to it, and we'll ask you to go into the survey to take it. And again, you can get the details. The details are the location of the event of the session, and then the speaker or speakers of that session. Also at the top, you see the date and time, and then you get those for everything. Some of these things are invite only, as you can see, like the private book signing. So only if you've been invited can you go to those things. I'm going to jump into notifications now. Morgan kind of touched on this. Push notifications. These are all notifications that you get when someone likes a comment or a post that you've made, or someone that you're following does something, or it's a push notification from a staff member to the everyone that has the app. If maybe there's a time change or a room change or anything like that. Again, something that's a little more time sensitive than maybe just a promoted post. You'll get those push messages kind of like a text message if you kind of get push messages, push notifications from any other app that you use. So as you can see here, Steve liked one of my check-ins, Liz liked one of my check-ins, someone commented on one of my check-ins. So when someone does something in relation to something that you've done on the app, you'll get all those notifications in there, and you have the option to clear all that stuff out.
Joe, if I might add,
Sure.
that's also related to who you follow. Is that correct? So
Yeah.
if
If you're following someone and they do something in the app, those will pop up in the notifications. So if I was following you, or actually I think I am following you, anything that you do in the app, I will be able to see in my notifications. I'll be able to, oh, Morgan went to this session. I think, that's something that I kind of want to go to too, and I know that she's there, so I can go ahead and look for her there, and see her, say hi, etc. Continuing the networking experience like that. So you can follow anybody; anyone can follow you back. This is just kind of where you get all those notifications for that.
Okay.
Where are we at?
Should we move into
attendees? Yes.
All right, so I think I touched on this before, but the attendees are everyone who is registered and at the event. And the attendees are not listed as you might think. They are searchable. First name, last name, company name, you can search for. Looks like it's thinking.
Yeah, well, we did a big upload last night, so it's probably trying to get all those uploads in there. But we can go ahead and keep talking about that. I mean, it's just a search engine.
Well, you'll see that, as we're searching, it'll start pre-populating similar to Google, so if you start typing in P for, Paul.
There it is.
You should be able to, yeah.
So if I start typing in Paul, other people should start populating. Yeah, again, we uploaded our list last night, so it's probably, there we go. Also by company also, so if you start typing in IWLA, it'll start.
Oh, whoa.
Did it go away?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went away. Sorry, I need to reload my, there we go. It's going a little slow today. There we go. So I started typing in IWLA, and all the IWLA staff started coming in. So if you started typing in another company, things like that.
Right.
Sorry, Morgan.
No, that's okay. So, and that's how you reach their profiles. That's also how, you can pull someone up and either follow them once you reach their profile. And the silhouette in the top right corner is the follow button. So that's kind of where you can go to do that, to follow or unfollow. You can easily uncheck that if you don't want to follow that person at some point. And let's see. I think that's about it with the attendees.
Correct. We're going to jump into the next couple speakers, exhibitors, sponsors in the map section. I'm going to go through pretty quick because it's all pretty self-explanatory. Speakers are just going to give you a list of all the speakers that are on there. Let's find Jim Abbott, our keynote. Click on them. You'll be able to get a bio, where they're from, details. I added him to my bookmark. That's why you see remove from bookmarks. You can also check in straight from here. If a speaker is using the app, you'd be able to see their activity just by going ahead and tapping activity. And then you can go back to information. You can review them from there also. And depending on whether we get things or not, we can actually, Mark Blubaugh, we can actually link to their presentation through the app. So I'm going to go ahead and tap Mark Blubaugh's presentation, and you'll see it here. It's kind of tiny, but we kind of had to get it on the app and not have the app be too heavy. But you can zoom in. It's just a PDF that's hosted on our website. So you can go ahead and look at their presentation while they're presenting.
And this is an addition this is in addition to the jump drives that will also be passed out during the event. So it's not to say this is the only access point to the presentations, but
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for that. We're going to jump into exhibitors, again, listed. We're going to tap on ZethCon since they sponsored our app. Get the same information. You can check in to them. There's a different way to check in, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Because their booth number, if they have, their website, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc., any others, we'll link that on there. Also, you can tap on those, and you can go to those websites. You can also view on map, and this will kind of jump me into the interactive maps part. You can see where they're mapped on our interactive map. I'm going to X them out so you can see this. You can use the plus or minus buttons right there to zoom in and out. Move around the exhibit floor here. Let's zoom in so we can actually see some names. Let's click on Cadre, and then you can get their information. And I can go straight to them from here and get their information without having to jump back out into the menu. You can just kind of stroll around the map. And that was exhibitors. And that kind of explained the exhibit floor map. That's what that interactive map was. You can go here and go ahead and tap on any booth, and it'll give you their information. Hotel map. It's a hotel property map. It's a fairly large property. We just uploaded a PDF onto our servers, and depending on how long that will take, it'll show you the map of the property. Most of the stuff that we have is on the, I want to say it's the west side of the hotel, but since that map is not populating right now, I can't show you. I'll have to go back through and fix that. All right. Sponsors. Sorry if I'm going a little bit out of order. Sponsors. These are all the sponsors we have at our convention and expo. You can go ahead and click on any one of these, and you'll see some of the exhibitors are also sponsors as well. We'll go ahead and click on, let's click on Unit Parcel Service, and then you can get some information there. Go to their website, add them to your bookmark, check into them if you'd like. And we're going to just go back out, and I think we're on photo feed now.
Okay. The photo feed. So, as I said before, you are encouraged to capture pictures throughout the event and share them through the app or share them on social media, whichever you prefer. And this is kind of where you're going to see the collection of photos throughout the event. So anytime someone uploads to their activity feed a photo, it will show up here in a large photo stream. And I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of similar to when you're at a wedding and they say take your own pictures, because I think everyone's going to capture something a little different or special about their experience, and you can think about this as a sort of scrapbook or memory of the event and being with your peers and seeing people again. So. I would just like to say that these photos actually will live in the app unless they are published on social media. So be mindful of that. It is public, and so it can be published out there, but also it's not going to be if you haven't. So it will live in the app, and you will be able to access them after the event. Let's see what else. I think that some of the things you might want to take a picture of would be yourself at the expo hall, at your booth, possibly at some of the receptions, and comment and like and share those photos as you go.
Great. We'll also have, and if you've attended our past conventions, at least in the last couple years, we've done we kind of give you a convention logo. This year it'll say the 2014 IWLA Convention Expo with the logo. It'll be on the back of your pocket at a glance schedule. It'll have all the sponsors on it. And in the past we've asked people to hold it up while they take pictures in groups, or hold it up while they're out and about, maybe on the golf course, maybe just even in a session or in the expo hall, things like that. And take those pictures with that logo, post them onto our photo feed, post them onto the activity feed. Either way, it'll get filtered onto this photo and then this photo feed, and then we'll call them from there and make a little scrapbook.
Right, that's true. And I'm seeing too, see how that photo has a little comment box. It says two. That basically means that two people commented on that photo. So you can also see the comments that you guys are exchanging with each other through the photo feed. And I would say also, I forgot to mention this, that none of your profile photos will show up here. It's only when it's posted to an activity feed. So if you're just uploading your individual profile photo from your phone, it will not populate here.
Great. All right, we're going to get into the badge dash and leaderboard. We kind of saw this a little bit when I did my check-in. We're going to hit badge dash here. These are the badges that you kind of unlock as you do things in our app. The more things you do in our app, the more points that you'll accumulate points as you go. So as you can see, some of the things here that I've done in the past couple days, I've earned some badges. So let's go ahead and tap on the newbie badge. And I got this badge for my for one check-in, my first check-in. And other ones on here, let's see, what is this one? Polaroid. I took a photo, so I can unlock that when I got a photo. And with all these badges, you get points. Certain badges mean certain things. That's where they're all question marks. So we have a bunch of badges that are unlockable. And the way that you'll unlock that is with our QR code scanner that's built into the app. And I'll just show you where that is. That's all the way at the bottom here at the menu. And our education sessions, our council meetings, our committee meetings, every vendor booth will have a QR code, and we ask that everyone visiting those booths or visiting those sessions scan that QR code to unlock certain badges, and then you can earn points. And let me show you where all the points are kind of gathered. And here is our leaderboard of points, and I have tied Morgan since yesterday. And you can see that Steve has 6, and that another Steve has 6. And this is a live feed of everyone that is participating in the game, and those are the points that they've earned. And those are for everyone. If I click on following, these are the leaders of the people that are, including yourself, and the people that you're following. So I'm following Morgan and Steve. I can see how I'm doing against those two people, and still tied for the lead. So I'll have to beat you, Morgan. I'll post something later today. And the reason for the badge dash and the reason we went with this is we're kind of getting away from the whole exhibitor bingo thing, if anyone remembers that from last year. We kind of have to go around and stamp and just kind of go through the motions of that. We wanted to make it more up-to-date and make it more interactive, and we feel like having a leaderboard will get some competitive people even more competitive, and they can see this live and see where their points are tracked. The people on the leaderboard, a certain amount of people on the leaderboard, and a certain depending on how many badges you earn, you will be entered into a drawing for prizes from IWLA and from ZethCon, our app sponsor. The person in the lead isn't necessarily going to win an automatic prize, but be in the running for the drawing. So we still haven't decided whether it's going to be the top 5 or top 10 that are entered into the drawing, but if you're on the leaderboard and you're near the top, you're going to be entered in a drawing for the win. And the more badges that you accumulate, you'll be entered into a drawing as well for that.
And that will be announced during the chairman's reception.
Correct.
As I said before.
All right. Did I forget anything in the badge dash game or leaderboard, Morgan, before we go on to app guidelines?
I can't think of anything at this time, but if you do have any questions, or you thought you were going to unlock badges and you didn't, or you want to know more about how to play the game, then you can ask either Joe or I, or we have also provided instructions, thank you Joe, in the app guidelines. So you'll see here there's a badge dash guideline that we've uploaded, and
I think our Wi-Fi is down, and that's why we're not getting... Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Go ahead, Morgan.
Okay. So it explains the game in more detail, and then it also gives you a little preview at some of the badges that you could possibly win, and what they're associated with. So we don't want to give it all away though, because it wouldn't be fun. But and then the other thing that you can access here is the app navigation guidelines. Again, similar to what we're going through now, but if you're, uploading for the first time, this is a good 101 navigation breakdown for you.
And there it goes.
Okay. Right, so you can read through that. Let's move on to what was next?
Golf information is what
Golf
we don't
info?
have on our,
Okay.
yeah. Because we just, golf info and local activities are the last two things before we start doing questions, I think.
Okay, well, I don't think we went through the bookmarks yet, but
Oh yeah, you know what? I was supposed to do that. My apologies. That was part of the agenda. Bookmarks is where you can bookmark, certain sessions. I'm sorry, certain speakers, exhibitors, and sponsors in case you want to remember them later. As you can see here, I've bookmarked Jim Abbott because I wanted to remember his session and remember things in his bio. I can always go back and add those in. Surveys. Here is where we would house our general surveys, but like I said, with the agenda items, all our educational sessions will have surveys attached to those individual sessions. So you just have to go into the agenda and then, for example, for a keynote, go to keynote and then click on survey, and then there's Jim Abbott's survey for that. And then if you even go into, let's see, the next one, diversity, we didn't do one for diversity, did we? Oh, there it is. And then you can do the same thing for another educational session. So that's where the surveys will be housed.
The other surveys that we might have there about, the hotel or some of the food or something like that. So it'll be more general under the survey tab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so golf information is pretty self-explanatory. It's just some of the details about the course and, time and date and, the scramble game and things like that. So, and then there's also a map. Ooh.
Did it again.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Well, there was a map that we uploaded, so you can.
It's right there.
Kind of check out the course. There it is. Check out your course and map out your strategy ahead of time while you're on the plane. So,
yeah, we're playing two front nines. Yeah, we're playing two front nines. These red numbered 1 through 9s will be your back 9, but that's the front 9 of a different course. So there's that. And then local activities.
Right. So we have, obviously there's access to the concierge at the hotel, and they have, some of the most up-to-date activities, but some of these documents also came from them. There's spa, there's lots of different, I think, climbing tours and all sorts of things to do in Phoenix. So check those out if you're interested in that, or if you're staying, after the event or coming in a little bit before the event with your family. And, we've provided these. There's also there's a link to the Cactus League spring training times and dates and games and things like that. So I know that there's been some interest in that that we've already heard about. So you might want to ask around and see who's going to what game and maybe join them. And also a taxi and car services in Phoenix. So let us know if there's anything that you think you might want listed there, and we can do that.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the activity feed here. QR code scanner. Let me go through this real quick. I can't really get a QR code on my screen right now. I'm not really sure why. But your QR code scanner, when you do see a QR code, to scan it. I'm going to try to make sure that this isn't facing anything. You'll see the square. You just match it up to where the QR code is. It reads it really quickly. And when you unlock something, it'll actually say QR code unlocked. And those are for certain things. All the vendors, when you check into a booth, when you scan a QR code, will say, for example, ZethCon QR code unlocked, and then you've checked in and unlocked their booth to check in. You can check in the traditional way by going through the activity feed and doing a check-in that way. But if there is a QR code, that is more suggested because you can unlock certain badges. You can also potentially win